The scorching sands of Egypt held many secrets, secrets that have been whispered through the ages. None were more enigmatic than the birth of Anubis, the god with the head of a jackal. He was the son of Osiris, the revered god of the underworld who ruled over the realm of the dead. His mother was Nephthys, the goddess of magic and mourning, a figure shrouded in mystery and sorrow. Yet their union was forbidden, a secret love that defied the god's decrees. Anubis was left to the sands, a child of destiny abandoned to the harsh elements of the desert. Found by Isis, Osiris' devoted wife, Anubis was raised in secrecy, hidden from those who might seek to harm him. He grew up amidst the vast desert where the endless dunes became his playground and his sanctuary. The young god felt a deep connection to its stillness, a tranquility that spoke to his soul. The cycle of life and death fascinated him as he observed the natural order of things. Animals died and decayed in the sand, their remains a testament to the passage of time. Yet new life always emerged, a symbol of rebirth and renewal in the harshest of environments. This cycle sparked a profound curiosity in Anubis, a desire to understand the mysteries of existence. Even as a child, Anubis felt a pull towards the afterlife, an unexplainable attraction to the world beyond. He was drawn to its mysteries, sensing its importance and the role he was destined to play. Anubis was destined for a greater purpose, one that would shape the very fabric of the afterlife. The care he received from Isis nurtured this feeling. She recognized his potential and saw the greatness within him. Isis guided him towards his destiny, preparing him for the role he was meant to fulfill in the grand tapestry of the gods. As Anubis matured, his connection to the afterlife strengthened. He felt a deepening bond with the realm of the dead, a bond that grew stronger with each passing day. He wandered further into the desert, seeking solitude and answers. The vast, empty expanse mirrored the emptiness he felt inside. He spent days meditating in ancient tombs surrounded by the echoes of the past. The ancient stones seemed to whisper secrets to him. The silence spoke to him. Anubis listened and learned, absorbing the wisdom of the ages. He felt a profound connection to the spirits that lingered there. He felt the presence of departed souls. They whispered their stories, tales of their lives and their journeys beyond death. He understood their sorrow and hope. Their emotions resonated with him, filling him with empathy and a desire to help. One day, Anubis stumbled upon a hidden chamber, a place untouched by time. It was a discovery that would change his life forever. Hieroglyphs, vibrant and alive, covered the walls. They seemed to pulse with energy, telling stories of the afterlife. They depicted the journey of the soul after death, a path that Anubis felt destined to understand and guide. Anubis felt a surge of understanding. This was his calling. He realized that he was meant to be a guide for the dead. He was meant to guide the dead, to help them navigate the treacherous path to the afterlife. He would ensure their safe passage into the afterlife, performing the sacred rites with reverence and care. His heart thrummed with a new purpose. He felt a sense of fulfillment he had never known before. Anubis immersed himself in the ancient texts. He deciphered their meaning, learning the sacred rituals and practices. He learned to mummify the dead, a skill that was essential for preserving their bodies and souls. This act helped preserve their souls. It was a sacred duty, one that he embraced with all his heart. Anubis devoted himself to his role. He became the protector of the dead. He oversaw their mummification. He guided their souls to the underworld. His presence brought comfort to the deceased. He eased their fear of the unknown. He ensured their dignity in death. Word of Anubis's compassion spread. People began calling him the embalmer. They hailed him as the protector of the dead. Anubis welcomed these titles. He embraced his responsibility. He continued to refine his skills. Anubis sought to perfect the mummification process. He wanted to preserve not only the body but the soul. His dedication knew no bounds. Anubis's reputation grew. He became a symbol of hope. He represented safe passage into the afterlife. Central to Anubis's role was the weighing of the heart ceremony. This ancient ritual determined the fate of a soul in the afterlife. It took place in the Hall of Two Truths. Anubis presided over this sacred space. His presence commanded respect. He embodied justice and balance. When a soul arrived in the Hall of Two Truths, Anubis would begin the ceremony. He used his divine scales. On one side he placed the heart of the deceased. It represented their deeds in life. On the other side he placed the feather of Ma'at. This feather symbolized truth and justice. The air crackled with anticipation. The fate of the soul hung in the balance. Anubis, with solemn eyes, observed the scales. His judgment would determine their eternity. Section 5. The Scales of Truth, Ma'at's feather, and the weight of a soul. In ancient Egyptian mythology, the concept of weighing the heart against Ma'at's feather was a profound and sacred ritual. If the heart was lighter than the feather, the soul was deemed worthy. This meant that the individual had lived a life free of sin and filled with good deeds. It had lived a life of virtue and truth, embodying the principles that were highly valued in ancient Egyptian society. Anubis, with a solemn nod, would pronounce the deceased innocent. This declaration was a moment of immense relief and joy for the soul. The soul, filled with relief, could then pass into the afterlife. This afterlife was envisioned as a place of eternal peace and happiness, a paradise of peace and abundance awaited. It was a realm where the soul could enjoy the fruits of its virtuous life. However, if the heart was heavier than the feather, the soul was judged unworthy. This indicated a life burdened with wrongdoing and moral failings. It had succumbed to greed, anger, or deceit. These negative traits weighed down the heart, making it heavier than Ma'at's feather. Anubis, with a heavy heart, declared the soul guilty. This was a moment of sorrow and regret for the soul. It would then be devoured by Ammit, the devourer of souls. Ammit was a fearsome creature, part lion, part hippopotamus, and part crocodile. This horrifying creature ensured that evil did not taint the afterlife. The devouring of the soul by Ammit was a fate worse than death. The weighing of the heart was a powerful symbol. It was a ceremony that underscored the importance of living a righteous life. It represented the Egyptian belief in justice and accountability. Every action in life was weighed and judged in the afterlife. Anubis, as the guardian of this ceremony, ensured that the balance of the afterlife remained undisturbed. His role was crucial in maintaining the cosmic order and justice. Section 6. Set's challenge. Chaos threatens the balance of death. The peace of the underworld was not eternal. Set, the god of chaos and storms, envied Anubis's power. He craved control over the afterlife. Set believed in disorder and disruption. He sought to plunge the underworld into chaos. One day Set descended upon the Hall of Two Truths. He brought with him a maelstrom of wind and sand. His laughter echoed through the sacred chamber. It sent chills down the spines of the waiting souls. Anubis, sensing the disruption, immediately rose to confront the god of chaos.
Set!
Anubis boomed, his voice
To find her beloved, defying the odds and the gods themselves if necessary. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity, Isis found Osiris's body, hidden away in a secret location. He had been transformed into a tree, his essence trapped within its bark, a cruel twist of fate that only her magic could undo. With a mother's love and a goddess's power, Isis freed Osiris's spirit, performing an ancient and powerful ritual. She breathed life back into his body, but it was a bittersweet reunion, for their time together was limited. Osiris could not stay in the world of the living. His destiny lay elsewhere. He was destined to rule the underworld, guiding the souls of the departed, a role only he could fulfill. It was a painful separation, but Isis understood the importance of his duty. She had saved her love, even if it meant letting him go, knowing that their bond would transcend time and space. Section 5. Whispers on the Nile, Osiris's rebirth. Their love story took an unexpected turn, filled with both joy and sorrow. Through their deep and unwavering love, Isis conceived a son, Horus, who was destined for greatness. This was no ordinary child. He was born with a divine purpose. He was the product of their enduring love, a symbol of hope and rebirth for all of Egypt. The birth of Horus was a joyous occasion, celebrated by all, a testament to the enduring power of love and life. But it was also a time of great danger and uncertainty. Set, the god of chaos, was still a looming threat, and he would stop at nothing to eliminate any heir to Osiris's throne. Isis, with her motherly instincts, knew she had to protect her precious son at all costs. She hid him in the dense and secretive Nile Delta, far from Set's reach and prying eyes. There, amongst the reeds and papyrus, Horus grew strong and wise. nurtured by his mother's love and guided by the ever-present spirit of his father, Osiris. Section 6. The falcon rises, Horus, son of Isis. Isis raised Horus in secrecy, teaching him about his father's legacy and his own destiny. She instilled in him the values of justice, compassion, and courage. She knew that one day Horus would have to face Set and reclaim his birthright. When the time was right, Horus, the falcon god, challenged Set to a duel for the throne of Egypt. The battle was long and fierce, a clash of titans. But Horus, guided by his mother's wisdom and empowered by his father's spirit, emerged victorious. With Set vanquished, balance was restored to Egypt. Horus took his rightful place as king, ushering in a new era of peace and prosperity. The cycle of death and rebirth was complete. Section 7. Legacy of the Protector, Mother of Magic. Isis's story is a testament to the power of love, the strength of a mother's protection, and the enduring spirit of hope. She is more than just a goddess. She is an archetype, a symbol of resilience, determination, and unwavering love. Her story resonated with people across cultures and throughout history. She became a universal symbol of motherhood, magic, and healing. Her image, often depicted with the infant Horus in her arms, became an icon of maternal love and protection. Isis's legacy extends far beyond the borders of ancient Egypt. Her story continues to inspire people today, reminding us that even in the face of adversity, love, hope, and courage can prevail. Section 8. Across cultures and time, Isis endures. Isis's influence transcended ancient Egypt. Her worship spread throughout the Mediterranean world, embraced by Greeks, Romans, and other cultures. They saw in her the embodiment of feminine strength, wisdom, and compassion. Her image and stories were adapted and reinterpreted, but her essence remained. She was Isis, the protector, the healer, the mother. Her universality lies in her embodiment of the deepest human emotions: love, loss, hope, and resilience. The enduring power of Isis lies in her accessibility. She is not a distant deity, but a relatable figure who experiences the full spectrum of human emotions. She grieves, she loves, she fights, and she triumphs. Section 9. Echoes in the everyday, modern reverberations. Even today, thousands of years after her worship first flourished, Isis's influence can be felt. Her story continues to inspire artists, writers, and thinkers. She represents the strength within each of us, the power to overcome obstacles, and the enduring nature of love. From works of art to literary creations, Isis's image and story continue to captivate and resonate. She reminds us that even in our modern world, the ancient stories hold power. They speak to universal truths about the human experience. Whether we realize it or not, we encounter echoes of Isis in our everyday lives. She's there in the strength of a single mother, the compassion of a healer, the unwavering love between a mother and child. Section 10. A timeless symbol, strength and resilience. Isis's story is a powerful reminder that strength doesn't always mean physical power. It can be the quiet determination to overcome grief, the unwavering love for a child, the courage to face the unknown. Her journey teaches us that even when faced with unimaginable loss and challenges, it's possible to find the strength to go on. It's about harnessing our inner power, our resilience, and our capacity for love to create a better future. Isis's legacy is a testament to the power that lies within each of us. It's a call to embrace our inner strength, to nurture our compassion, and to face life's challenges with courage and determination. Section 11. Isis's Whisper, a call to love and courage. Isis's story is not just an ancient tale. It is a timeless narrative that transcends the boundaries of history and mythology. It's a living message that echoes through the ages, whispering to us of love, resilience, and hope. Her story is a beacon, guiding us through the trials and tribulations of life. It's a reminder that even in the darkest of times, light can emerge, and love can prevail. The strength of her spirit can illuminate our path, even when all seems lost. Take a moment to connect with the spirit of Isis. Feel her presence in the quiet moments of reflection and in the bustling energy of daily life. Embrace her strength, her compassion, and her unwavering.
Born from the union of Geb, the earth god, and Nut, the sky goddess, Osiris emerged as a part of a divine family destined to shape the destiny of Egypt. This divine lineage speaks to the importance ancient Egyptians placed on lineage and inheritance, both earthly and divine. The gods were not just celestial beings, but also the very foundation of their society and culture. As king of Egypt, Osiris brought civilization and prosperity to his people. He taught them the arts of agriculture, ensuring that the land was fertile and productive. He introduced them to laws and governance, creating a structured society, and nurtured their spiritual growth, guiding them in their worship and rituals. Unlike previous rulers who remained aloof, Osiris walked among his people, sharing his wisdom and compassion. Under his benevolent rule, Egypt flourished. The land yielded bountiful harvests, cities thrived, and commerce flourished. The people lived in peace and harmony, their lives enriched by Osiris's guidance. Osiris, with his queen Isis by his side, embodied the ideal ruler, a wise and compassionate king who governed with justice and love. His reign was a golden age for Egypt, a stark contrast to the chaos that would follow. The memory of this prosperous and just rule would forever be associated with Osiris, becoming an ideal to which all future pharaohs aspired, a beacon of hope and excellence. The seeds of envy. Set's treachery unfolds. However, this era of peace and prosperity was not destined to last. Set, Osiris's envious and power-hungry brother, plotted against him. Consumed by jealousy, Set desired the throne for himself and resented Osiris's popularity and success. Set, the god of chaos and the desert, orchestrated a cunning plan to usurp Osiris. He crafted a magnificent chest, adorned with intricate carvings and precious jewels, claiming it was a gift for the one who fit perfectly inside. Osiris, ever trusting of his brother, fell prey to this deception. During a grand feast, Set challenged the guests to test their mettle by stepping into the chest. One by one, they tried, but none fit perfectly. Then came Osiris, his tall frame fitting snugly within the chest's confines. As soon as Osiris lay inside, Set slammed the lid shut, sealing his fate. The chest, with Osiris trapped inside, was cast into the Nile, its currents carrying the imprisoned king away to a watery grave. This act of betrayal shattered the peace of Egypt, plunging the land into mourning and marking the beginning of a tumultuous period in Egyptian mythology. Section 4. A Wife's Lament, Isis's Sorrow and Determination. News of Osiris's demise reached Isis, his wife and sister, a powerful sorceress and embodiment of love and loyalty. The bond they shared was unbreakable, transcending the boundaries of life and death. Her grief was immeasurable, her cries of sorrow echoing across the land. The pain of losing her beloved was a wound that cut deep into her soul. Yet her sorrow did not cripple her, it fueled her determination. She transformed her anguish into a powerful resolve to bring Osiris back. Determined to find her beloved husband and restore him to life, Isis embarked on a perilous journey, scouring the land and sailing the Nile, guided by her unwavering love and aided by her powerful magic. Her journey was not just a physical one, but also a spiritual quest. Her quest took her to distant lands, facing treacherous obstacles and confronting mythical creatures along the way. Each challenge tested her strength and resolve, but she pressed on, undeterred. Finally, after a long and arduous search, Isis located the chest containing Osiris's body. Her heart swelled with a mix of relief and sorrow as she prepared to bring him back. It had become lodged in the roots of a tamarisk tree, which had grown into a mighty tree, its trunk encasing the chest. The tree's growth symbolized the passage of time and the endurance of her love. With the help of local people who revered Osiris, Isis retrieved the chest, finally bringing her beloved husband back to Egypt. Their support was a testament to the respect and admiration they held for the divine couple. This journey of a grieving wife, searching for her lost husband, resonated deeply with the ancient Egyptians, who faced the realities of death and loss in their own lives. It was a story that spoke to the heart of their culture and beliefs. Isis's unwavering love and determination offered a beacon of hope and a model for navigating personal grief. Her story became a symbol of resilience and the enduring power of love, inspiring generations to come. Section 5. Rebirth from Tragedy. Osiris's triumph over death. However, Set, ever vigilant and ever treacherous, discovered that Osiris's body had been found. In a fit of rage, he seized the body and dismembered it into 14 pieces, scattering them across the land. Set's intention was clear: to prevent Osiris's resurrection and ensure his permanent demise. Undeterred, Isis, with her unwavering resolve, embarked on another quest. This time, her task was to
Swift, his strikes precise. He was a force to be reckoned with. He developed a keen mind, a strategic intellect. He studied the ancient texts, learning the tactics of great warriors before him. He was not just a fighter, but a thinker, a leader, ready to face his destiny, ready to confront Set. The time had come for him to step out of the shadows and into the light, to claim his place in history, ready to reclaim his birthright, the throne that was his by blood and by right. The legacy of Osiris awaited him. He was the embodiment of his father's strength, his mother's cunning. His time had come. The world would soon know the power of Horus, the Avenger, the rightful king of Egypt. Set, the god of chaos in the desert, ruled with an iron fist. Fear was his weapon. His presence was a dark shadow over the land, a constant reminder of the power he wielded. His reign, a stark contrast to Osiris's benevolent rule. The land suffered. Drought plagued the fields. Crops withered under the relentless sun, and the once fertile soil turned to dust. The Nile's life-giving floods ceased. The people cried out. Their lifeline, the river, had abandoned them, leaving them in despair. They prayed for a savior. Their prayers reached Horus. He heard their pleas. He felt their pain. The cries of the people echoed in his heart, stirring a deep resolve within him. He knew what he had to do. The time had come to challenge Set's tyranny and restore balance to the land. The drums of war began to beat, a slow, steady rhythm, growing louder, more insistent. The sound was a call to arms, a signal that the time for action had arrived. Across the land, whispers turned to murmurs. Murmurs became shouts. The people, once fearful, now found courage in their unity. The people rallied behind their champion, their savior, their rightful king. They believed in Horus, the falcon god, and his promise of a brighter future. Horus, the falcon god, prepared for battle. He donned his armor, ready to face the chaos that Set had unleashed. He would be their champion, the one to lead them out of darkness and into the light. He would avenge his father. The memory of Osiris fueled his determination, giving him strength. He would usher in a new era of peace, a time when the land would flourish once more, and the people would live without fear. The fate of Egypt hung in the balance. The battle between Horus and Set would decide the future of the kingdom, a future that the people awaited with bated breath. The two gods clashed, Horus and Set, a battle for the ages. The very earth trembled beneath their feet. The sky crackled with the fury of their powers. Horus, youthful and agile, fought with the fury of a son seeking justice. He wielded his spear with precision, his every strike a thunderclap. Set, a monstrous beast of raw power, unleashed his fury upon the land. The desert winds whipped at his command. Sandstorms blinded and choked. The battle raged for days, neither god yielding, neither god backing down. The fate of Egypt hung in the balance. Who would prevail, the rightful heir, Horus, or the usurper, Set? Only time would tell. The battle continued. The battle raged beyond the physical realm. It became a test of wit, a battle of minds. Set, in his arrogance, challenged Horus to a series of trials. He sought to humiliate the young god, to break his spirit. But Horus, schooled by his mother in the arts of cunning, met every challenge. He outsmarted Set at every turn. He used Set's own strength against him. One trial saw them transformed into hippopotami, submerged beneath the Nile for weeks. Horus, however, marked his own body and Set's with his symbol. When they emerged, the gods declared Horus the victor. He had endured. He had outsmarted Set. The scales of justice tipped in his favor. Frustrated, Set resorted to treachery. He attacked Horus while the young god slept. He tore out Horus's left eye, scattering the fragments across Egypt. Isis, ever vigilant, used her magic to restore his eye. The Eye of Horus, a symbol of healing and protection. During one fierce battle, Horus transformed. He became a magnificent falcon. He soared above Set, raining down blows from the sky. Set, earthbound and enraged, was unable to defend himself. Horus, the falcon god, had gained the upper hand. His victory was near. The final confrontation shook the heavens. Horus, empowered by his righteous fury, struck Set down. He spared his life, but stripped him of his power. He banished him to the desolate desert. Justice had been served. The rightful king had prevailed. A wave of relief swept over Egypt. The land rejoiced. The Nile flowed freely again. The crops flourished. Balance was restored. Horus had avenged his father. He had freed his people. He had ushered in a new era of peace and prosperity. Section 8. Horus, the king, uniting the two lands, healing a nation's wounds. With Set vanquished, Horus ascended to the throne of Egypt. He became the embodiment of order, the unifier of the two lands. Upper and Lower Egypt were united under his rule. He brought peace, he brought prosperity, he healed the wounds left by Set's tyranny. Horus, the just ruler, established laws. He upheld justice, he ensured fairness for all. He rebuilt temples. He restored the worship of the gods. Under his reign, Egypt flourished. Arts and sciences prospered. The people thrived. Horus's reign marked a golden age. Section 9. Legacy of the Falcon, Protector, Healer, God of the Sky. Horus's influence extended beyond his reign. He became a symbol of protection, of healing. His image adorned amulets. It was believed to ward off evil, to bring good health. The Eye of Horus, restored by Isis, became a potent symbol. It represented wholeness. It represented protection. It was a symbol of the god's power to heal. As the falcon god, Horus ruled the sky. He represented the sun. He represented the moon. He was the embodiment of divine power. His legend resonated with the Egyptian people. He became one of the most beloved and enduring gods in the Egyptian pantheon. Section 10. Echoes in Eternity. Horus through the ages, a timeless symbol. Horus's story transcends time. His myth resonated with the ancient Greeks. They saw parallels between Horus and their own gods. The Romans, too, were captivated by his tale. They incorporated elements of his myth into their own pantheon. Throughout history, Horus has continued to captivate. His image appears in art, in literature, in popular culture. His story, a timeless tale of good versus evil, of justice prevailing, of resilience in the face of adversity. Horus, the falcon god, remains an enduring symbol of hope, a testament to the power of the human spirit. Section 11. The enduring spirit, from ancient sands to modern minds. Even today, millennia after his story was first told, Horus continues to fascinate. His image still holds power. His myth still resonates. He is a reminder of the enduring strength of the human spirit, the power of hope, the importance of justice. Horus's story, though born in the distant past, speaks to something universal within us all. It is a story of courage, a story of resilience, a story of hope. And it is a story that continues to inspire and resonate with us even today.